Hello and welcome to CAD channel. This video I will cover how to create a basic part inside Creo Parametric using basic sketching techniques and basic uh, 3D features you can use to build your knowledge of Creo Parametric. Okay, so in the basic part interface, you will find these three mutually perpendicular planes that are right has been highlighted here, and its top plane highlighted, and this is front plane. And so the intersection of these three planes has been identified as our origin. You can see here. Okay, so you can start your part uh, and by creating sketch on any of these three mutually perpendicular plane, or if you want to use another plane which is which will be an additional plane, or uh, and that would be related to these three planes. Using the relationship between these three planes, you can add another plane on which you can create your sketch, and then you can create any extrude or revolve feature using that plane. Okay. So for the sake of simplicity, we will start with using the already created planes. Okay, so we will start with sketch, because you need to have a sketch out of which you will create an extrude feature or a revolve feature or any other sort of thing. Okay, so we will start with top plane. Okay, so when you selected this top plane, so this top plane would be your drawing board on which you will drawing sketch. Okay, now this plane, which this right plane, which has been turned into green color. So this is indicating that what would be the direction of viewing your drawing board. Okay, so and this green plane would be normal to your drawing board. You can change the orientation from these four options. Okay, now you will go to sketch. You know, this drawing board is not placed normal to the screen. Okay, so in order to place this drawing board normal to the screen, you will use this sketch view option. Okay, so you will click on it, and so you can see here that this drawing board of top plane is now perpendicular to your it is parallel to your viewing direction. Okay, now you can hide these axis display, point display, coordinate system, plane display. Use this option. So you can see here that these two lines. So this line is basically indicating it's representing the right plane, and this line is representing your front plane. So and you are going to sketch on top plane. Okay, so these two lines. What is the purpose of these two lines? These two lines will be used as references of your sketch. Okay, so you need to identify. You need to uh, knowledge of what is the difference between dimension and reference. Okay, so we will start with a rectangle. Okay, so if I left click on somewhere in this region, okay, so this would be a first endpoint of your rectangle. And if you, so you can see here that if you move around your mouse, so you can place this diagonally opposite corner of the rectangle anywhere in this sketch. Okay, so I will place this sketch here by clicking, by left clicking in this region. Okay, you can see here that you are having a rectangle, and if we click on one by one, select items one by one, this mouse shaped uh, icon, so you would out of your command. Okay, now you can see here that some dimensions have been shown here, and these are four. You can see here that these are four numbers. One is this one, the other one is this one, and then these. So what about these four numbers? So these two, which identify the width and the length of the rectangle, these are called dimensions. Okay, and you can set the precision or decimal places in the settings and configurations menu. So these two are dimensions. So you can double click on these dimensions, say you set it to grid, and you will double click on this dimension and say it is 200. Okay, so you have set the dimensions of this rectangle. Width is 100, the length is 200. Now what about these two numbers? Now these two numbers identify the distance of the lines of this rectangle from your the right plane and from the front plane. Okay, so these two numbers are called references. Okay, so the earlier ones were dimensions of this rectangle, and in Creo Parametric, these two numbers are called the references of this rectangle in order to create your sketch. So you can set it to be, say, 50. You will double click in, the editor will open, you will write 50 using keyboard and enter. Okay, and so you can set this one as well as maybe 30. Okay, so in this way your rectangle has been created. So you will get out of the sketch mode using OK button. Okay, so you can use Control D in order to orient your rectangle. Okay, so you're having your sketch now. I will go to give it was okay. So this is a two-dimensional feature. The sketch is a two-dimensional feature. So we will create it. We will convert it into 3D. So how we are going to convert it into 3D? So we will select this sketch either from the interface or from this model tree. Okay, so and then press extrude. Okay, so you can see here that this two-dimensional rectangle has been converted into a three-dimensional block. Okay, so you can set its the depth, the height of this block from this option, or you can simply hold on this circle and then just drag maybe upward or downward in which direction you want your block to be. Okay, so say its dimension is 100. Okay, so you can precisely write this its dimension, its height dimension 100 and press enter and click on OK. So it's you are having your first block inside Creo Parametric. Okay, so now you can proceed with another feature is very common. Okay, so in this way we are having a extrude feature. Okay, now uh, how to create uh, a feature which is how to cut out of this feature. Okay, suppose you want a cut from this direction to this direction. Okay, so you want to cut a rectangle out of it in this front plane. Okay, so we will uh, okay, so you can start from sketch, or you can directly go into extrude command, and you can select your drawing board where you want to draw the another rectangle from which you create a uh, extrude cut. Okay, so Now you will select your sketch plane orientation, and then you will select your references. Okay. So in this scenario, how you will going to use your sketch references? So we want to have a rectangle which is cut in this region from this edge, and we will give a size. Okay. So what will be your sketch references? You will select this upper edge and this edge. Okay. And this you will resolve the reference to sketches is applied. Okay. So what does it mean? It means that if you want to select this reference and select this reference while creating your sketch, then these are okay in order to proceed. Okay. So you will use another rectangle and select this corner of the rectangle first, and then say this is the border which you want to create a cut out of it. Okay. So you can see here that your feature is ready to extrude cut, but wait, you can see here that this feature has been created in this direction, and we actually wanted to cut the region using this rectangle. Okay. So we will drag it backwards. So you can see here that this remove or option is automatically activated. Okay. So we will select the option of true all. Okay. This way, this feature, this sketch has been cut from this original boss feature. Okay. Now we will create a rib in this center region. Okay. So how to create a rib? Because we are not having a plane the center of this block. Okay. So we will first create a center plane using this surface and using this surface. Okay. This one, backward, back surface. So how to proceed? You will select the first surface and then rotate your model using middle mouse button, and you will, if you want to have multiple selections simultaneously, so you will have to select, you will press the control button and then select the other surface. So this control button is for multiple selection. Okay. So now if you are having two parallel planes selected, and say if you want to create another plane, so it will automatically create the mid plane, the additional plane to be mid of these two. Okay. You can see here that this mid plane has been activated, and this will be parallel to the previous planes. Okay. So we will create our rib feature here using profile rib option. Okay. And we will use these two surfaces as our sketch. Okay. Now we will create rib feature using straight line here and then here, and we'll select dimension. Say we are having a dimension be this one to be say 120-degree, and this one to be okay. Now you can see here that rib is going to be created, but you will change its orientation and give a thickness, maybe 20. You can see here that rib feature is ready. You can change this direction of this depth, or and you can also change the way your rib is to be created. Okay, so it's about center. So okay, and similarly, if you want to create a hole, now you can select anywhere, create your hole. Okay, so this place will be used to create the hole. Okay, now how to fix this hole here? Okay, so we can use our mid plane as a reference. So these two red handles are used for the hole reference, because the dimension of the hole is diameter and its depth. Say our depth diameter is 12. Okay, so our depth is maybe to all. But what about the references? So in the same case as we have used in earlier extrude features, these red handles will show the references of this hole. Okay, so how will this reference will be created? We will select this handle and then drag this handle to this center. It will grab it. You can see here that this dimension is 0.03. We will hit 100 and press enter. And then the second handle, we will pick this one and drop this on the surface and say its dimension is 25. Okay. So in this way, you have created first hole feature. Okay. And say, so you can see here that you have created this part using extrude material, extrude cut, then this rib and this hole. So this video is about the basic part creation using basic features inside Creo. So hope you like this video. So please subscribe your channel so that you can view additional videos like this. Thanks for watching.